The bees.
Bzzz.
The bumblebees. Are they called the bumblebees? Or are there different types of bees? Or is bumblebees
You got like the
only...
hornets. What
But
for the hornets?
they're not a bee though, are they?
Bumblebee. Yeah, hornet. Well, they're like wasps, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. But is there like bumblebee? Is that the only type of bee?
He's a
that there is?
transformer, mate. Welcome back to BoreDraw, and today we are carrying on our series of Premier League previews, and we are going to be talking about the bus stop in Hounslow that is Brentford. Fuck Brentford.
Bosh.
But yeah, Brentford had a very strong season, carrying on from what was a strong debut season in the Premier League under their manager Thomas Frank.
They've very much cemented themselves as, and probably like one of the quickest teams I've seen to do it as like a not been in the Prem before to Prem
Like mid-table like security.
solid.
Yeah.
They're probably like the quickest to. Oh, the only team I can think of that maybe did that like is Wolves, who got up and then had like a couple of barnstormer seasons, and now they're kind of like meh. But Brentford, first season mid-table, and then they've kicked on again, and that comes with good manager. You always
Fantastic
need
recruitment.
someone that gets goals. Ivan Toney's that guy. Fantastic recruitment.
I mean,
You're cooking.
you just look at some of the players they've signed and lost. Ezri Konsa went to Villa, Buendia to West Ham, Ollie Watkins to Villa.
Yeah.
Like these are like top players.
Ben Rama to West Ham.
I said Ben Rama.
Did you?
Oh, I did say Buendia.
You said Buendia. Did you mean
Ben Rama, that's
yeah,
the one.
Yeah.
Buendia was Norwich.
Yeah.
But yeah, I meant Ben Rama anyway. But yeah, a fantastic season for them previously. And it sort of went from strength to strength. Obviously, there was the whole Ivan Toney betting scandal looming for the second half of the season. But he pretty much got to play pretty much like
He
most
played every
games.
game minus one, I think.
Yeah.
Which is
But he's going to be out until January.
Yeah, I think
which isn't even that deep. That's literally like 3 months or something of actual football.
And it gives players like Mbomo, like
Visser,
Kevin Schade, who they had for the second half of last season, to kind of show Thomas Frank that maybe not having Ivan Toney isn't like the end of the world that people think it is.
Marcus Forsch as well.
Yeah, Marcus Forsch, who's on Football Manager's a quality player.
Really good player, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think it's like the end of the world that Ivan Toney isn't there. Obviously, he is like a different tier to all the guys we were talking about. He's like a top 6 Prem striker.
Yeah, he would have been like, if I was Arsenal, he would be a player I would go
He'd be so good. And I think the fact that he had this betting scandal means that no team is kind of like lurking around him. But I think when he's back and mate, you're giving him like 6 months to get like elite level fit and train pretty much every day. He's gonna
know that you're second. If you're a team like Man United, right, and you still haven't got a striker, and you know Ivan Toney's gonna be back playing football in January,
mate, I'd send them a little cheeky bid. I'd take the 6 months off and be like,
just be like, right, price. 6 months, there you go, and then you know your second half of the season is gonna be strong, because you got a fully fit Ivan Toney, not
angry Ivan Toney,
he's gonna be coming for the FA. It's interesting. Obviously, Brentford, they've always been quite an active team in the transfer market, not sort of making those ball-busting deals that makes you go, what? They're sort of those deals that go a little bit under the radar. We spoke about Aston Villa in the previous episode. No, we didn't. We spoke about Bournemouth in the previous episode.
This guy's drunk, mate.
Yeah, but we spoke about how Villa done their business early and sort of went under the radar and sort of weren't too loud about it. And Brentford do it very much in the same way. Brentford always get applauded for their transfer etiquette and sort of the way that they go about it and the way that they bring in these players
who aren't transfer etiquette.
These they're not big names, but and they leave Brentford and you're thinking that's a star.
Yeah,
diamonds in the rough. But yeah, run us through some of Brentford's transfers. We can start with a big one.
Brentford's transfer activity from Rolls. So they signed their big transfer signing is Nathan Collins from Wolves, who I thought was a really good signing when Wolves signed him from Burnley. And he had a very good first season at Wolves. And I was surprised that they were so kind of, not eager, but so willing to let him go.
And you let him go.
Him and Max Kilman, that's a nice little duo.
That's a young, up-and-coming duo.
Nice little duo. Both, young, kind of can grow together in that role at a good club. And now I'm seeing Nathan Collins go to Brentford, and I saw Napoli interested in Max Kilman. And it's like, what the hell's going on at Wolves? But I don't know if...
like Kim Min-jae, replacement in Max Kilman.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if Lopetegui is a Max Kilman or a Nathan Collins fan. Who knows? But Nathan Collins has gone to Brentford for
you know what it is,
sexy little 27 milli.
They're not Portuguese enough. They're Portuguesers.
I was going to say they're not Portuguesers, but who knows? Nathan Collins, though, I think he'll slot into that three at the back that Brentford played quite nicely, because I was a bit unsure about him and Max Kilman playing a duo together, because they're both young. You don't want two young Dons playing a duo together unless they're bloody William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. But to play three at the back in a team that's got a very good tight system, you're going to learn alongside one of the best. And he probably knows Ben Mee from Burnley, actually. I don't know if the timelines quite work out, but they must do. So he's got that link. Then they
Ethan Pinnock.
Good player.
Who I think was a shining star for that Brentford team last season. I thought he was absolutely outrageous.
Good player, yeah, one of the best stats in the Premier.
Do they still have Christoph Ayer?
So they got him, and is it Yannick?
Not Pontus Jansson.
Pontus Jansson. One of them is left.
I think Jansson's left now.
We're checking. Pontus Jansson has left.
Yeah.
So they've still got... Who's the other guy you said?
Ayer.
Yeah, Christoph Ayer. So they've still got him. So yeah, good rotation at centre-backs. They've got a player that I like a lot at right back in Aaron Hickey. Think he's so good. And then one of the most underrated left-backs in the Prem, Enrico Henry.
I love Rico Henry. I think he's so good.
Rico,
I fucking hate Brentford.
But yeah, the full-backs, absolutely tasty, mate. Maybe a couple of backups there, but then that's when you bring in... They've got a B-team situation, don't they? So maybe bring in...
That's where David Beckham's
David Beckham's youths there. What's that about? But,
Romeo, take me to Brentford's B-team.
Shout out if you got Taylor Swift tickets.
Big time.
But defensively...
Subscribe to the podcast if you want Taylor Swift tickets.
BoreDraw live from Taylor Swift concert.
Enter now.
Come on. Yeah, defensively, I think they're cooking.
So obviously the big problem going into this season for them is the lack of the big man up top. Tony Nomori. He's gone.
It's a howler.
But Kevin Schade, talk to me.
I like what he offers. I think what happens with Brentford is that their system is so good. Thomas Franklin's got them playing such like a good brand of football that players can come in and out and they're still going to play.
Like John Lewis of football.
Get him out of here right now. But
it's a good brand, mate.
They shut down in town.
Yeah, they did.
So are they a good brand?
So are Brentford getting relegated?
But yeah, I think they play such a good brand of football that they can come in and out, but they all know their roles. They all put in like top tier effort. So you can play Wisser and Mbomo, you can play Schade and Mbomo. Ivan Toney doesn't need to be there. I think an underrated part of Brentford's team is their midfield. I think I'd like to see some more recruits in there, but Norgard, Janelt and Jensen,
3 underrated, man. Them just
legs technically good. They've got who's that Arsenal youth? Josh De Silva.
Josh De Silva,
good player when he's in and out of the team. So I think maybe one player in there who did what Christian Eriksen did. That's a bit more of a goals and assists player.
Just someone who plays a bit more in the 10 role. They've got 3 midfielders who like on like a chart with like passing, dribbling, defensive ability, like tackling.
Yeah.
They would be like very well rounded. They got 3 very well rounded midfielders.
Yeah.
What they need is a punchy Mandem who's got dribbling like 99.
Someone
shooting
that,
99.
Does like goals and assists.
Top.
And I don't know who that guy is.
It's hard,
but like
if that player was out there, people would want it.
Yeah.
Josh De Silva sort of was that player.
Yeah.
But it hasn't really worked. And I think he's a good player, and I think it's time for him.
Maybe even, I don't like him at all, and I think he's probably going to go Saudi, because he seems like that kind of Don. But Jesse Lingard, if he was cooking like he was at West Ham, that guy would slot right in there. Maybe Adam Lallana, if they can get him from Brighton, he's a good player that delivers that.
Something like that would fit
just
into
someone
really
that's
well.
just good in that final third.
Yeah.
Because where you're losing out on Tony's goals, Yes, and Bomo, Wissa and Sharda will contribute, but they're not going to contribute as
Tell
much.
you who would be good for them.
So they need a couple more from elsewhere.
Who's going to? I think he's going to Marseille. Would be Iliman and Dye. From Sheffield United.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's going to. His missus leaked it on Facebook Marketplace.
We're talking about Burnley and a couple of not Burnley, Sheffield United. That's
yeah, but his missus put on Facebook Marketplace. We're selling like all his furniture and stuff because we're moving. We need it cheaper.
That's a
quick.
howler.
So like all the fans are like, nah.
That's long.
That's long. But yeah, I think someone like that would be really interesting for Brentford.
You need someone that's going to contribute a bit more in the final third because, like I said, with Tony gets you 20 goals, and Bomo will get you 10, so you need like 10 more from elsewhere on the pitch, and like a nice little number 8/10 that gets you 5 to 10 goals. That's what they need for me. I don't know who that guy is. Like I said, if you can get Jesse Lingard firing, get him in. But
yeah,
is he that guy?
I think so.
How are they lining up next season, Luke?
So I think without Ivan Toney, they're going to be approaching games differently. They're going to be utilising the pace of
One
people.
thing we didn't talk about.
David Raya?
Yeah, is he still going to be there next season?
Yeah, I don't think Thomas Frank's too concerned. I think if he loses,
I think they signed a goalkeeper. Yeah, this Don. Although he's 30.
The Dutch guy,
Mark Flecken. So maybe he's that guy. I don't know.
But yeah, I there has to be some interest around David Raya, and I think Thomas Frank said if he's the right price, he'll go.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're too worried. If he goes, he goes.
That's
if he
a nice little 40 mil.
He is a really good keeper.
Yeah,
he's
nice
a really
40,
good keeper,
50 mil.
but yeah, for me, I think he stays. I think
the project's good. I think he stays.
They're going to line up with Raya. Nathan Collins will slot back straight in, I think, alongside Ben Mee and Ethan Pinnock.
Nice
You're going to have Hickey,
Rico Henry.
Yeah, Hickey, Rico Henry either side of that sort of like midfield.
Yep.
You've got Janel, Norgard, Jensen. And I think up time they're going to be utilising the pace of Visser and then Burmo. And I think they will slowly see Kevin Sharda be brought in to sort of see how he fits and do what he does.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be very similar to last season, how they sort of ended it in the games where Tony wasn't playing or sort of the games where Tony was subbed off.
Yeah.
But
I think they'll be fine. I think
I don't think
their
Tony
system
lost
is too good. Yeah.
I know, but the problem with Tony is he scores really low, and people hate it, but he scores really low XG chances. Like he's always in a position, and his finishing is like some of the best in the world. And he scores every penalty. Do you know what I mean?
That's nice.
So like you're guaranteed. I don't know. He scores like 10 penalties a season.
Yeah.
That's mental. That's the difference between finishing in the top 8 and finishing in the bottom 7.
Well, for me, I think their main best bit of business was keeping Thomas Frank. I know Spurs were sniffing around, and there's probably other teams in Europe sniffing around. But to keep him, I think is better business than keeping Toney because, like we said, I think they'll be fine without Toney. I think Thomas Frank, if they lose him, they lose a very good manager.
Let us know down below how you think Brentford are going to fare in the upcoming 23-24 season. Will they be pushing on for European competition? Will we see them battling the drop without a man up top in Ivan Toney?
First game against Spurs, so let's hope they start the season with a bang.
Big London derby. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like. You want to stick around, check out the rest of our Premier League preview videos. It'd be much appreciated. We've got a whole bunch more coming. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been BoreDraw, and it's live.
Nice. Bless you.